Welcome to another episode of Outside TV. My name is Paul. Today we are going to talk to you anything about technical climbing, harness, crampon. So don't be so scared of all these equipments. And today we have the luxuries of talking to Joanne from Ace Adventure. Let's welcome our guest today. Hi, Joanne.
Hi,
Welcome
Paul.
to Outside TV.
Thank you for having me.
It's so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So I know you for a few years now. But of course, I want to introduce to everybody. Maybe you would like to introduce yourself to us about yourself and also Ace Adventure.
Hello everyone, I'm Joanne. I'm the owner of Ace Adventure Expeditions. Yeah. So I've been in this field for close to 30 years.
Wow.
But running the business is about 20 over years. I'm revealing my age, right?
Okay. I wanted to ask you how old are you? I thought how old are you now? May I ask, are you in the...
I'm going to my mid-50s.
Wow. I was thinking that I guess you're in your 40s.
I wish. But I'm proud of my age.
You are, to me, you are at the moment the only women tracker or the women's leader. How do you call yourself right now?
Thanks for that question. I think I consider myself as an expedition leader, at least in my company.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm the only female person who lead trips. So when you say expedition leader, I would say that it's someone who actually bring people out for a trip.
Okay.
Right? Expedition, it's in a way it's like a journey.
Okay.
Right? So it's like I'm bringing people on a journey. It's just that this journey is not a little bit unusual, a little bit more adventurous.
Okay.
So most of the time it's on a mountain climbing journey.
Yeah. Because I go for a trip, usually you engage a tour operator or you find a track leader or you engage a guide. The guide could be a local from Singapore, or you can get a local guide when you reach to the country. So that's all I know. So that's why I'm wondering, what is your position?
So I see this very important as a track leader or expedition leader from Singapore, from the home country. Right? No matter how experienced I am, I can never be able to take over a local guide's position. That's something that we need to recognize. We are from we are people who live in the sea level.
Okay.
Right? So sometimes most of the time, overseas guides who live in high elevation, they cannot understand how difficult is it for people like us who live at sea level to not be able to perform at that level.
Okay, I think it's also important when we guide a Singapore group, we go there, the local guide there, they are so accustomed to that environment. But something that they probably don't appreciate how we came from. So for yourself, I think to have a Singapore guide, Singapore leader is important because you'll be a bridge between us and them.
In a way, that's one of the important features of as a leader. More important is to build the team, and also to give the climbers higher confidence that they can do it.
Okay.
Because a lot of times the local guides, like I mentioned, they are so accustomed to the day in, day out activities on the mountain. They probably don't have time to look at the other part of the aspect, especially the psychological aspect of the climber.
So as a woman leader, I don't know whether it's fair to say, is it a lot of difference if I have to go with a woman leader versus a man leader?
I would think there isn't much difference because I always say when I do sharing on a mountain climbing journey, right? The mountain doesn't care if you're a man or woman. The mountain doesn't care if you're young or old, rich or poor. So if you are not prepared, you face the same consequence.
Yeah, because when you reach a mountain doesn't recognize who you are, right?
Yes, correct.
How rich, how poor you are.
The major difference now lies in what kind of chemistry you have with your expedition leader. And as an expedition leader, whether you're a man or woman, who are the people that you are leading?
Okay.
And are you be able to adapt to different behaviors?
Okay.
Different style?
And Ace Adventure been around for so many years, like you say, 20 over years. They've been doing this. What kind of people join Ace Adventure?
We do have a very balanced gender.
Because I always think that because your advantage of Ace Adventure being a women's leader, and also know a couple other leaders also happen to be women. So I thought you're targeting more for women.
Not exactly.
Okay.
I would like to.
So I was wrong.
Well, I'm running this business not exactly just to make a living, but I think because I'm very passionate about this, and I believe that climbing actually has a very strong opportunity, a very powerful activity to actually empower human. So it actually empower you to do something great for yourself as well as for the people around you. And I want to be there to be the one to give you that opportunity, you know. So, and also to do it safely.
You think that people who climb mountain, people who live outdoor are naturally also nature-loving people, you know, also animal-loving people?
I don't think everyone loves animal, and I don't think everyone likes the nature.
But those people who like nature,
we climb for a very different reason. I would say that people who climb mountains may not exactly love the nature.
Okay, seriously?
Yes, and they probably take a very bigger, or rather a harder journey for them, a steeper learning curve for them to live with the nature, live in the outdoors, deal with uncomfortability, deal with inconveniences.
But those you're saying that people not so that don't go to mountains so often, but I'm sure like people who go to mountains, who go to climb a lot, they are probably nature lover. So
I beg to differ on that.
Really?
Yes, because you see, mountain climbing is a very focused activity, and you need to be very driven, right? So then the question is, what drives you? Why you want to get to the top of the mountain? Does it mean that you love trees and the grass? Does it mean you love? Hopefully, you can bump into an.
That's very interesting. That's a very interesting misconception, because I always think that people who go outdoor, people who like to do climbing and trekking, definitely like outdoor. They're definitely a nature lover. This is really a misconception to me.
Not necessarily.
Oh, interesting.
And some of them will probably find it very challenging to keep the place clean. For example, they find it very challenging to keep their own trash. Because on the mountain, you don't have dustbin everywhere, right? So you need to learn to pick up your own trash, keep them, and then bring it out of the mountain. And most of the people will be, you mean I have to throw my own waste? The answer is yes.
Why is training so important? And also, does your training cater for people who are newcomers or for seasoned climbers?
Our trips involves, when you sign up a trek with us, a climb, we actually provide so-called group training sessions. It's optional. You can choose to come, or you can choose not to.
Are your training mainly like most people do training in Bukit Timah?
Yeah, usually we will pick specific places for training because then it's very consistent. And we do have experienced climbers who also join us for training. And I think group training is something that is very motivating.
What sort of training do you normally provide that you run? Are they mainly, because I know that training is only in Bukit Timah.
To be really, really fit for the mountain is beyond just carrying load and climbing stairs. You need to have strong cardio. In order to have good cardio, strong lungs, you need to do running. If you can swim, it's even better. Right? And
endurance.
Yeah, you need endurance. You need you need your whole body to be fully so-called very well conditioned. And going to the gym also is very important. But for us, it's difficult for us to provide everything. So what we do is we pick up the more the easier ones, like for example, stair climbing at high-rise building. So for us, we use HDB blocks.
I do that.
And Bukit Timah Hill, because that's one of the nature reserve that we have that offers vertical climb. So that's why we pick these two activities.
So we maybe clarify with the audience so that they understand what do people refer to when I say technical climb.
I believe the word technical it's always been assumption of like equipment involved. A lot of equipment, a lot of gadgets involved. That's why the word technical comes in. So technically,
Okay.
yeah, any climbs that is difficult that don't involve climbing harness can be technical.
Okay, so for example, even in Malaysia, some of the mountain, where it's a lot of step branches, leather, lots of rocks, we all call it technical. Because it's not easy.
I would say
right?
that the word technical means you need to do a lot of mental preparation as well as skills involvement. For example,
not only equipment.
Not only equipment.
Okay.
Probably how you place your footwork on a particular slope, how you scramble up on the rocks. It's not easy just walk up like that. So you need to when you stand in front of the slope, you look at it. You must think. Where should I put my feet? Where should I put my hands? So this is really technical. You have to You have to run through your mind to think about how do I negotiate this slope or this rocky path. So
turn left or turn right.
Let's say it's Mount Kinabalu technical. If you want to strictly speaking, the answer is yes. It is because you need to understand acute mountain sickness.
Correct.
That is a very
and especially when it goes to
aspect.
the rocky part with all the rock, it can be very slippery, for example,
Yes,
right? And how you put your foot.
Yes. And you see, Mount Kinabalu, they have a white rope to lay on the ground to guide you on the path.
True.
It's actually not for you to hold on to climb or descend. It's not a rope for that purpose. But because a lot of people hold it, they help onto it to descend or to ascend. So I think the national park make sure that the rope is anchored nicely so that it's safe for you to grab it.
Okay.
But again,
People use it.
if you are provisioned, you can balance well. You can do without the ropes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why when I was there, I was wondering, do I use or do I not use the rope? I see the rope all the way, so it's like.
And the rope is exposed to the outdoor element 24 hours, 7 days a week. So it's very wet. Then your glove can get wet. So this is another technical aspect. How do you maintain, keep your gloves dry? Yeah.
Okay. So don't get too scared when people use technical climbing basically. What's the misconception about technical items? About technical gears? Let's just pick up 1 2 items. What's so scary about these items?
All right. So, when we trek, most of us will probably be very familiar with trekking poles.
Yes.
Trekking poles, one of the key features is to help us to ascend on steep terrain, ascend or descend, right? So that we have like a new pair of legs to help us, to support us. Yeah. So same goes to ice axe. It's just that the terrain is no longer on soil; it's on snow and ice. So you need ice axe to do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Your trekking pole won't be able to perform that at that level.
Okay. So it's actually, do you require like special skill when you use items like these?
To be frank, yes, you do. Because you need to know how to handle the ice axe.
Okay.
And there's a difference between this is the peak and this is the shoulder. So it depends on where you point.
Okay.
And in the earlier days, right, the teaching was like, your spike must point at the back, and because of blah blah blah. But with technology moving, people see things differently, and so many things happen in a different form. Because when you fall, you can fall in a very ugly way. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you hold it. You hold it this way or you hold it this way. It's how you respond to your fall.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a technique of using each item.
Yes.
But even for a non-technical item like trekking pole, they also require a lot of good technique to use it.
Yes. So you cannot say that you need to. I'm using trekking pole, but I'm not climbing a technical peak. But using a trekking pole you need techniques.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
so
for
it
me,
can be technical as well. Yeah. A lot of people are very confused. Why come the shaft is bent? Some are straight, like this one is straight. So it's just like trekking poles. Different brand, different features. Support you in different way, and to some extent, it's personal preference.
Okay.
Yeah. After you use it, I prefer a bent shaft. I prefer a straight shaft.
Okay. It's the same as trekking pole because nowadays trekking pole has got like you can bend 2 times.
Yeah. Foldable ones.
Fixed height one, fixed length ones, and then there's a rubber one. There's the different materials, different handles, and all that. So tons and tons of choices, right?
Yes.
So to me it's quite confusing. To me, it's quite technical when I'm choosing a trekking pole. So when it comes to these items, the same thing also. Once you're able to use it, it's also not that terrible scary. So I think it's more or less, to me, I think the message is, what I learned from today is, don't get too scared with all these items. When I look at the items on the table at the moment, all these harness and all these ascenders and all that, oh my God, it's so scary. I don't want to use it. I don't know how to use it. Is that thought just how to overcome it?
Yeah. Sometimes I believe that when we need to use gadget, maybe the climb is safer. If let's say we're going to climb Mount Rinjani on the ski slope, we don't need ropes. But if you have someone who hold on to you using a rope, do you feel it's safer?
Correct.
And in order for the rope to attach to you, you need to wear a harness.
Okay. So I was planning for another one trip, and then I was trying to think, I need to use extender. And then I was trying to Google how to use it and all that. The beginning was quite, so mafan, got to learn all that kind of stuff. But actually, it's not that scary. Just the message is not that scary.
So for us, when we organize treks that requires to wear harnesses, usually we'll do a workshop session to help climbers to prepare for it, especially those who are like advancing, transiting from climbs that do not need to use so many equipments to using all this new equipment. So we'll prepare them for that as well.
So the question would be, all this equipment, do you buy or do you rent for beginners?
Most of the time we advise climbers don't buy it.
And for all the equipment, gears that you have, which one, not to say your favorite, which is the most important and crucial to you?
I think a very important thing in my pack is I need to have a mirror.
Mirror?
Mirror so I can look at myself. But more importantly, it's an emergency kit. Just in case anything happens, this mirror can do a lot of wonders. It can reflect a lot of things.
How?
It can even set a fire if you know how to do it.
Serious? Yes. Oh yeah. I can use the sun ray.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Of course, you need to know how to do it. Of course, I learned it, and my only wish is I don't have to do it. I don't have to use it.
Okay.
So mirror is very important to me.
Oh, never thought of that.
I think the advice is applicable for both men and women. At the end of the day, it's what you want, and what is driving you to want to go and take an adventure, right? So the key question is what drives you. So once you understand your intention. And of course, if it's always good to speak to someone who has done it before. All right, speaking to people, gain from their experiences, learn from it, and you are actually more psychologically more prepared to go for it.
That's why you need to join Ace Adventure.
I mean, I believe in Singapore, most of the organizers they are very they're aware that we are moving out into a uncomfortable zone. We are taking one step out. So pre-preparation is very important.
Yeah. And don't be shy to ask.
Yes, yeah. And give yourself don't rush lah. Maybe sometimes you got this very strong urge. I shall go Nepal next month. And then you ask yourself, you may have this instinct now, but do you have enough time to prepare yourself? Yeah, so if you have, yes, by all means, go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Joanne. We have a lovely conversation today. I'm hoping everybody who watched this will learn more about climbing, and especially some of the items you're talking about, and especially a misconception on technical climbing. Okay, as a women's expedition leader, what do you want to say to other women who also want to do the same thing? Even just to go and trek.
I think very important is you need to, it's what you like, what makes you happy. And I feel that whatever I'm doing now, I'm very happy. Yeah, and every day I'm very inspired to even conduct a trek briefing for my trekkers. I love it because that's what I like. So I think it's important is what makes you happy. So if you want to come into this, you're talking about as just a trekker, or even take this as a career, then it's possible, definitely.
Okay.
It's a lot of opportunity and a lot of possibility. Okay. But the important thing is we need to be skilled. So in all aspects, whichever industry we are in, you need to be skilled. So you need to find out what are the things that you need to get yourself be more knowledgeable.
To be good at it.
Be more skillful, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to find out more about adventure climbs, you can visit my company website, aceadventure.com.sg. You can also be friend with me on my Instagram account. My IG handle is Joanne's Climb. Right? Hope to connect with you.